So I've never lied about being child-free by choice because I really was in a place where I could not really see myself ever having kids or ever wanting them or ever being able to take care of them. But those things have changed, and I think it's totally alright for things to change. That can happen for any of us.
Hello everyone and welcome back on my channel. Today I'm going to be filming a video that you probably never expected me to film. So if you've been here for a while, my first video was about that I did not want kids and I did not want to get married. Both of those things have changed now. So I've never been in the place where I could never ever see myself having kids. I have been in a place where I thought that, I wanted kids a little bit, but it just was not the right time, I was struggling with too many things, basically me and my boyfriend's life were not stable enough.
So guys, future Catherine here. What I was trying to say in the video is I've called myself child-free by choice simply because it was, in that moment in time, was that I could never see myself having a stable enough life to be in a place where I both was able to take care of a kid, but also where I wanted to take care of a kid. So I've never lied about being child-free by choice because I really was in a place where I could not really see myself ever having kids or ever wanting them or ever being able to take care of them. But those things have changed, and I think it's totally alright for things to change. That can happen for any of us. I'm just explaining this so you know I've never lied about being child-free. I was really in a place where I could never see myself having kids and where I could never see myself wanting to have kids, and that has just changed.
But now I'm 26, almost 27. We are in the start of June 2024, and I've just reached a place where it's almost just as you call it, maternal instinct just kicked in. So I know that the maternal instinct thing isn't exactly real, but when I say maternal instinct, I mean more you being in a place of life where you just really want kids. And honestly, I think I've just come to the point where me and my boyfriend's life are really stable, I am medicated, I am dealing really well with what I have to deal with, and my boyfriend is in the same place, We also have a car now, we have just everything in our life is more stable. We've also been together for 4.5 years. We've been married for a little over a week now. So just everything in our life has just become really stable. And my boyfriend, if you did not know, is 8 years older than me, and he has diabetes. So his chances of, being fertile are probably lower than mine. But also I do not want to be in an age group where my fertility rate is really lowered because of my age, and also because of the 8 years age gap. I do not want my boyfriend to be a dad when he's way too old either. So it also has to be at a point where it's fair for him. To say for me it's mostly about what I feel, what I want. Of course I also think about my partner and all that as I just described, but it has to come from you primarily. But of course you also have to think about your partner in the whole process of wanting kids and getting kids and all that. Because if you just get kids because your partner wants them, that is when things just go wrong. Or when you get kids with the wrong partner. And I just have a really good partner, we're a great team, and we've been together, as I said, for a while. So everything is just at that point in time where it's good enough. And when I say it's good enough to have kids or begin to think about that, that's simply just because I think waiting for the perfect timing for stuff like getting married or getting kids and all that, that's just not realistic, because your life will never be perfect. And maybe when you reach a point where your life is perfect, it's too late to get kids. So for me right now, just a stable life is perfect. I had this realization just about a lot of things like life is not gonna be perfect. So stop waiting. When you have a stable life, that is good enough to get kids. Like when you're at a point where you feel like financially, emotionally, all that, you can just take good care of a kid with your partner. That's like the time to get them if you feel like you really want them at that time. Because life is never going to be perfect. So I actually never thought I would be hit by like this extreme wave of I really want kids right now. And I think it's because like my life is at such a good point. Like now I feel like I can actually take care of kids. And you know, I'm not really talked about it on this channel, but I've always been like, you know, thinking about what would I do if I had a kid in this scenario, on this scenario. I'm just an overthinker, but I also thought about that like a lot. And one thing that's also a little bit special is that there is twins in my boyfriend's family, so we never know if we might end up getting twins. I have nothing against that because yes, it's harder, but then if you want 2 kids, it's just 1 pregnancy, you know. I hope that we succeed because again, there are some things against us, fertility-wise. But yeah, it's gonna take the time it takes. And also want to say that just because you have been in a mindset where you like thought you would never get kids, that does not mean it can never change. And I think this is so important because like some people, like their minds may never change, but some people's minds will change. And I actually think like people who say that you might change your mind, like the older people we do not want to listen to, can really be right when it comes to some things. And things like kids can also change. You can meet the right person, you can all of a sudden have a really stable life and then want kids and feel like you're able to take care of them. I really have hated being in the childfree community, which yeah, maybe I'm gonna be in for, maybe I'm not going to. Like, it really depends on whether I get kids or not. I think life can be great either way. But what I really have hated about the childfree community is just that there is so much hate and negativity towards kids. And yeah, I get that there are some negative things like about having kids. Nobody wants to change a dirty diaper. Like, nobody wants vomit all over them or stuff like that. But also there's so many great things about having kids, like seeing a baby smile, like that can just lighten up your whole day. So it's also like there is positive things and negative things, and I just think like only looking at the negatives, that just makes it so that you only see the negatives about kids, and that is when it at some point gets toxic. For every Facebook group I've been on except one, which is like a childfree group for people who love their nieces and nephews. Every group except that one has been really, really toxic. What I really love about this group is that, okay, we decided we do not want kids ourselves, but we still love kids. We can still see the good things in kids, like in our family. And I just think stuff like that is so important to have this balance. Like, everything is not negative about kids. Even if you dislike kids, like, you need to be in an extremely negative like mindset to like hate everything about kids or dislike everything about kids. Just in general, when it comes to like something, like there's always good sides and bad sides, no matter what we are talking about. And I just wish we would talk more about the good sides. And yeah, I'm not against people with kids. I'm not against childfree people. I've never ever been. And you know, and I do not know what will come out of this situation. Maybe I'll have kids, maybe I won't. Either way, I'll be happy, and that's what is like the most important thing. But like, I really hope I get a child that is just as cute as my boyfriend was when he was a baby. Like, he's just a typically blonde hair guy with blue eyes, and I've always been extremely attracted towards that. Just something about the blonde hair and the blue eyes I've always loved. So this is a new adventure for me. And if you like me for my personality, you are probably still gonna follow me along my YouTube journey. And if you are just here for the childfree content and nothing else, maybe it's going to continue, maybe it's not. It really depends on whether I'm I'm going to get kids or not. That's what I had to say for now, guys. I hope this news will not like too shocking. But yeah, I do not hate kids, but I love my nieces and nephews, and I would love it if I got my own kids one day. So yeah, guys, I'll see you soon. Bye!